Welcome to Spectator Sports, sponsored by SpectatorSport.com. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adi Wallen.
This is episode number 32. We call it the Irvin Magic Johnson edition. The greatest point guard of all time, 5-time champion, multiple MVPs, multiple championships. He is the man. He is the man. That's all I gotta say. Also a great businessman as well. But like I say, make sure you go on SpectatorSport.com. Check out the articles my man has written right here. Also, click on that video, that YouTube page, Spectator Sport. We got previous shows. We got more shows coming. If you want to agree or disagree, go ahead and leave comments at the bottom. Let us know. We do watch them, we do read them, and we do reply. So go ahead and check it out. Big show for you today. Unfortunate show today. The Bears, tough loss. We're going to get into that. Plus, we got the divisional round playoff games, and we got the great, the surprising, and the awful. But before we go any further, we got to start with this. The Chicago Bears, 12-4, big time season, won the NFC North. They go into their first playoff game in 7 years. You can tell it looked a little jittery for them at the beginning, but as the game got going on, it was a defensive battle, and it came down to the last second, and to what me and I both feared. Both have been going through this whole time, and our worst fears came true. What was your thoughts on that wild card game against the Philadelphia Eagles?
Well, yeah, the only person in Chicago sports history that will be more infamous than Cody Parkey is Steve Bartman. Okay, Steve Bartman, he was the blame guy. He was the fall guy for the 2003 Cubs to not advance to the World Series. But just like in the Bears game, there was other reasons why the Cubs lost. The shortstop Gonzalez, he had the error and things like that. Same thing in the Bears game, okay? Yep. So the Bears have the lead up 15-10 with around 6 minutes to go in the game. The Eagles drive all the way down to the 2-yard line. 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. The Bears up 5 points, just over a minute to go in the game. And the Eagles call a great play, a nice little sprint to the right for Nick Foles. And Leonard Floyd put some pressure on him. Leonard Floyd had a good game. He had a sack in that game. But Nick Foles, the man was cool, calm under pressure. He just faded back a little bit and threw a perfect pass to Golden Tate, who beat Sherry McManus, who was in replacing Bryce Callahan. Yep. Okay, so that injury came back to haunt us. Even though McManus was filling in good for Bryce Callahan, but he was Golden Tate was too much for him on that play. He got the touchdown, perfect pass from Nick Foles, and so. But on the kickoff, I was shocked that the Eagles didn't kick the ball out the end zone. They kicked it to Tariq Cohen, and he had a great return, a nice spin move, got the Bears all the way to midfield. Then Mr. Trubisky, he was clutch in the fourth quarter, threw a nice pass to Allen Robinson, who broke a Bears record for most receiving yards in a playoff game, okay? Then he threw another pass to Allen Robinson to put the Bears in position to kick the game winning or the game losing field goal, the double doink, infamous by Cody Parkey. But look, I'm not letting the offense off the hook, okay? They only one touchdown, okay? You get a horrible kicker that's been missing kicks all year. You keep relying on field goals in the red zone. You got to score touchdowns, man. So I'm not letting them off the hook. The defense you can't force the defense to have a perfect game, okay? I'm going to go back to the baseball reference. You can't expect your pitcher to have a pitcher-perfect game in order for you to win. If the pitcher loses the game 2-1, okay, give him some run support. Give him some hits, okay? So the Bears didn't give the defense any run support. Only scored 15 points in the game. Yes, it worked against the Rams because they played a perfect game when they beat them 15-6. But not this time, all right? It's the playoffs. You got to score a few touchdowns. So I'm disappointed in the offense. Cody Parkey, he blew it.
The offense. I wish the offense could have did more. I felt like they should have been more aggressive from the jump because I felt like once they started throwing the ball down the field, it was there. The plays were there to be made. Like our receivers was getting open against their corners. They were falling for double moves all the time, but I felt like they should have keep attacking. Now, at the end of the first half, it was a controversial, really big play. That pass he threw, that was a good pass by Mitch right there to Anthony Miller to get to the...
No doubt.
He took 3 steps, he fell. So it was a catch and fumble, but they said they ruled it incomplete because no one recovered it. I didn't know about that rule. That's news to me.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, never heard of it, but they say because he didn't recover. So that was huge right there because that would have put them at least at the inside the 5-yard line.
Right.
That would have put them close. But like you say, at the end of the day, they needed to score more points. The Bears created 2 turnovers on Nick Foles in the first half.
Right.
Roquan Smith. Roquan Smith in his first playoff game. I know they were double teaming, and Jason Peters did a good job with Khalil Mack. I got to be honest about the situation. Yeah. He did a good job against Khalil Mack. He had some help, but he did a good job. But Roquan Smith looked like the best defender on the Bears in that game.
Oh yeah,
he looked like the best.
He was going around
Zach Ertz really didn't do much. That was his main target, so he really balled out. But at the end of the day, yes, we could have put him away. We should have scored more points. But this is the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. This is the playoffs, and it's going to be tough. Yeah, we say we can score, but Philly was doing things for us not to score as well, too. So you got to give them some credit. And they would, like you say, they went and scored. The Bears' special teams and Mitch Trubisky put them in position at the end of the day to win the game. You got a kicker that got $9 million guaranteed. He's due $3.75 next year, fully guaranteed.
Wow.
43-yard kick, you made the damn kick.
No doubt.
You made the damn kick. Now, yes, plenty of reasons Bears could have played better. This definitely wasn't their best effort. They definitely played better. I've seen them play a lot better. But at the end of the day, they had a chance to win the game. Mm-hmm. You got to win. It's the playoffs. It's tough. It's not always going to go smooth. It's not always going to go perfect, picture perfect. These are ugly games, scrappy games, tough games. You got to find a way to win. And for the kicker, I blame this more on Ryan Pace. Because Ryan Pace, when he doinked it 4 times against the Detroit Lions, you said it was okay. But let's not forget the last game of the season against the Minnesota Vikings. He missed extra point in the field goal as well, too.
Right.
Did you really? I think I posed the question. Should we go in the playoffs with him?
Yeah. But here's the thing. But here's my thing about that, about blaming Ryan Pace for not replacing him. My thing is, who do you replace him with?
That's $1 million question. But you should have. Sometimes you got to bring somebody in and put competition on him. You may not have found. It may not have been nobody better, but at least make him earn that spot. Make him earn.
I can understand that. I can understand that. Bring some people in.
You missed 4 field goals. You were lucky we blew out the line, so it didn't hurt.
Right.
But you missing 4 field games. Listen, kickers. Kickers. You got one job. Kickers cost people jobs, coaches' jobs, careers. Everything changes. Now that the kickers go, now Vic Fangio's gone. He's coaching the Denver Broncos right now.
Right.
Things like it's a domino effect. It's a domino effect. So the kickers are very, very important in the game. And that, the Bears could have played a lot better, but at the end of the day, they put themselves.
It's inevitable that some games will come down to it.
Yes,
no
it's
matter
the playoffs.
How well you play.
It's not going to be picture perfect. They put themselves. They could have scored more points on offense, but they put themselves in position to win. And Cody Parker double dunked it.
Yeah. Scapegoat.
Trey Burton. What happened with Trey Burton?
Well, Trey Burton, he said his story is that he woke up Saturday morning and he had a little groin issue going on, and so he told Matt Nagy he couldn't play. And so after the Eagles game, the reporters was asking him about his anxiety issues. I don't know if a lot of Bears fans heard about this, but if you go back, when the Bears were playing the New York Giants, the Oompa Loompa play, when Tariq Cohen threw the touchdown pass to Anthony Miller to send the game in overtime, that play was designed for Trey Burton to throw the ball to Anthony Miller. Yeah. But Trey Burton went up to the coach, Matt Nagy, and said, I don't want to throw the ball because I'm feeling anxiety or whatever, this, that, and the third. And so he changed the play and had Tariq Cohen throw the ball. And Trey Burton has admitted publicly and to the public that he has some anxiety issues. So now he's going against his former team, the Philadelphia Eagles. Now the reporter asked him, did the anxiety have something to do with you not suiting up against the Eagles? And he said, I don't know. But recently he changed it and said, no, it had nothing to do with it. So we don't know what's going on with him. He definitely has some kind of mental health issue going on. But now I can't totally blame that situation. Maybe his groin is messed up. But here's my thing about Trey Burton. Look, if your groin is hurt or whatever, this is what you do. Go to the game, put on your uniform, put on your pads, go out there, run around, run some routes, and then fall on the ground, and have the medical staff come at you in the middle of the game, go to a timeout, a commercial TV timeout, so the camera's looking at you on the ground and everything, and then have the doctors pick you up and walk you off the field as you limping off the field, then don't play anymore. Then I would have been okay, like, okay, he got hurt. Don't be waking up Saturday morning saying I got hurt. All right, so that's my problem with Trey Burton. But yeah, he got a little mental health going on, and the groin injury, we'll never know what really happened with that strange, weird.
Yeah, I do not like talking about injuries. Like, if a guy says he's hurt, I'm just going to go, he's hurt. These are professional athletes. This is what they get paid to do, so I'm not going to question his injury. But it was very, very suspect. Right before the kickoff, Trey Burton is scratched. He's not playing. So that was baffling right there. Like, and you can feel his loss in that game. That was a weapon. He's like Mitch's safety valve. Mm-hmm. So without him, they were able to pay more attention to Tyree Cohen. The run game with Jordan Howard is effective because the play action that, Trey Burton is always getting on the play action. So it just really became the Allen Robinson show. Anthony Miller got some. Shaheem, he was okay. I don't know if he was ready for this big moment right now.
He had the third string tight end, Ben Broniker in, and so
that was an unexpected player. That's a player that you brought here for these type of games. You gave him that contract, and he wasn't able to play. Now, I'm not using that excuse. I don't think that's the reason they lost. But at the same time, that was a big loss right there.
Yeah, 3 and outs from the Bears offense. The offense was struggling into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. So that could have been one of the reasons. You got a guy, Trey Burton, who's played every game this year for the most part, and who knows where to be.
All of a sudden, your starting tight end is not available.
That's
all
huge.
Of a sudden.
That's huge. Mm-hmm. That was a big time injury. That was out of nowhere too.
Right. How you think the Eagles would have been if Zach Ertz just told everybody I can't play?
It changes your game plan. It changes your game plan. So the Bears do lose the game. So they're going home. Unfortunately, 12-4, great season. What's your biggest takeaway? First of all, I'm going to go like this. So for the defense, what's your biggest takeaway from the defense? Any improvements you see the defense need to make going for next year?
I would say backup corner. Back up to Prince Amukamara. Prince Amukamara, he gets a lot of penalties and things like that. He's solid, but I would like to see a backup. You got Bryce Callahan. He went down. Sherry McManus backed him up. But then, as far as on the island out there, there's not a lot of depth there. So I would like to see maybe they spend a draft pick, maybe a 4th round pick on a cornerback. So that's the only thing. The front seven is fine. I like everybody in the front seven. I like the safeties. I like Adrian Amos. Adrian Amos is a free agent.
He might not be back.
Okay, hopefully they re-sign Adrian Amos. I mean, go ahead and pay him. I mean, he's solid. I mean, he's a solid guy. He doesn't give up big plays. So I like to say, hopefully they re-sign him and get backup corner.
Yeah, I agree with you. Prince, as Fuller established himself, as the season went on, teams were increasingly more and more going after Prince on that side. Yeah. You start to see it. Like, people stopped testing Kyle Fuller over there because he had pretty much...
He led the league in interceptions.
He led in deflections as well, too. Right. So they stopped going there, and they started going to Prince. So, yeah, I definitely think a backup corners is good. Amos might not be here next year because he might want a big payday. Right. But I think our linebacker crew is definitely one of the best in the league.
Danny Trevathan and Roquan Smith and Leonard Floyd showed that it was the club, the reason why he didn't cut.
Because Leonard Floyd balled out at the end of the season. He finished strong. He did. So, of course, the D-line with Akeem Hicks and
Goldman was out there killing him.
I mean, they're fine. I mean, but you always get better. If you can upgrade, I don't care what position it is, upgrade it.
Go ahead. I mean, they're solid, though.
For next year, what improvements you want to... Now, we saw Mitch. He did make some strides this year. We can't act like he didn't make some strides.
Right.
Not perfect by any means, but he got better. It was a big difference from year 2 to year 1. What do you want to see from Mitch going forward?
Mitch is fine, man. Mitch Trubisky is fine. He was clutch in the fourth quarter against those guys. And so, what I think we need to get more help. I think Matt Nagy. I'm gonna say something about the running backs. Okay, like Matt Nagy showed that he doesn't like Jordan Howard. He don't like him.
I don't think he's gonna be back here next year.
You got number 33, Mizell, in the game. Every time I see number 33 in the game, I'm very irritated. The guy sucks. I don't know why he's handing him off the ball and calling plays for him in the passing game. Yeah. Then you got Benny Cunningham back there not doing a damn thing. I'm like, why are we not giving the ball to Jordan Howard? He only had 10 carries in the game. I'm like, man, he must don't like Jordan Howard or something.
I was baffled by that too because, it was a lack of touches for Howard and Cohen. But you giving, why didn't you just give Cohen and Howard one of those touches? Let them get those touches. We don't,
Mizell, number 30, who in the hell is that?
Yeah, so
So here's what I'm going to say, I'm going to warn people about this. Don't be surprised if the Bears interview Kareem Hunt. Okay, that makes all the sense. Okay, now I know TMZ, he got upset and he was snapping on TMZ on the woman or whatever, and so the Bears going to interview him, ask him, hey, look, you been going to anger management? Have you been going to counseling? What's going on? Matt Nagy coached him his rookie year. He led the league in rushing yards. So apparently Nagy liked handing the ball off to somebody, and it's Kareem Hunt, who was to me, in my opinion, the stats back it up. Kareem Hunt was the top 3 running back in the league. Only Ezekiel Elliott and Todd Gurley is the only running back I can put up above Kareem Hunt. And don't forget, Ryan Pace is a risk taker. He traded 2 first round picks for Khalil Mack, and he traded up 1 spot to draft Mitchell Trubisky. So don't be surprised if we don't see Kareem Hunt coming in here. They need to at least interview the guy, see where his head is, see if he deserves a second chance. He only played 2 seasons in the league. See what he can do, man. See if he can go ahead and right his wrong, learn from his mistakes.
We'll see about that. But yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do at running back. But I got a feeling Jordan Howard might not be back next year. Because Jordan Howard, he did finish the season strong, and I thought he would get more touches, but I guess the game didn't play out like that. I don't know what happened. As far as Mitch, I think Mitch got a great upside. I think his upside is great. Now, what I want from him next year is about playing 4 quarters. 4 quarters every game. He has moments where he looks phenomenal, and then he has moments where it's just like, oh, really?
Looking confused.
Yeah. But then he has moments where he's hitting throws. He's making big plays. What I do like about him, he seems to be a clutch player. He is clutch. He seems to make big throws, and he didn't shy away from the moment.
True.
He did not shy away from the moment. So that's one thing I do like about him. That big game performer, and he's tough. So we just consistently for 4 quarters come out the gate ready to go. Let's not keep waiting on the second half for the defense for you to kind of finally show up. So I just want to see more consistent, not even consistently through games. I mean through the one game, just the entire game where you're ready to go.
Right.
Ready to go. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. And I think he can. I think he'll be fine. Yeah. We can always we might get another receiver. Who knows? We'll see what happens right there.
I like our receivers.
I like our receivers, but we could, if it's an upgrade available, I would go for
Miller, Taylor Gabriel, Allen Robinson. That's a nice little trio.
It's a nice trio, but if it's an upgrade there, I wouldn't mind going for the upgrade. Offensive line, Bobby Massey might not be back next year. He's a free agent. So you can always make that position better if you can on the offensive line. So, but overall, with all that being said, the Bears, yes, improve wherever you can improve at. Don't rest on the team.
One more position.
Yeah.
Bobby Gold is a free agent.
Yeah.
He's a free agent. He was at that Bears game with his family watching the game, so apparently his family is still Bear fans.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Come on back home. Take us to the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. Kicker. We definitely got to get a kicker, but don't rest on the season. Don't think you got the roster. You got to come back next year. Continue Ryan Pace to be aggressive. Get better. Mitch, keep working, and I do feel like this team will be ready to go next year.
Yeah, they may draft the kicker in the 5th or 6th round if they can't get Robbie going. Then they also going to sign a free agent kicker and have them compete in training camp.
But only thing I will say, you got to take advantage of opportunities when you got them. The Bears, unfortunately, was not able to take advantage of this, but hopefully that doesn't hurt them in the future. Hopefully, the Bears are ready to go. I look at this like the 05 Bears.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah, I look at it like the 05 Bears. They lost their first game in the playoffs. They got hungry, so hopefully that, like Nagy said, hopefully this lost steam and they ready to come back.
No doubt.
You're watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. When we come back, we got the great, the surprising, and the awful. We'll be back. Welcome back to Spectator Sporting, sponsored by SpectatorSporting.com. I'm Zach Gross.
I'm Adi Wallace.
This is episode number 32. We call it the Irvin Magic Johnson edition. One of the greatest point guards of all time. Also one of the best businessmen of all time. Just a flat out great dude. Shout out to Magic Johnson. A lot of football talk, a lot of playoffs. We still got to talk some NBA. But before we get into that, make sure you go to SpectatorSporting.com. Make sure you check out his articles. Click on that video. Go to YouTube and subscribe to Spectator Sporting. Watch plenty videos. We got interviews. We got more shows coming. This one will be up as well, so go ahead and check it out. And now it's time for the great, the surprising, and the awful in the NBA. So what's been great in the NBA for you?
Well, this guy is number 2 amongst guards in rebounds per game, averaging 9 rebounds a game. He's in the top 6 in the NBA in assists per game. And I'm talking about Ben Simmons, all right? Ben Simmons has been great. The guy, earlier in this week, he had a nice triple-double in a victory against the Dallas Mavericks. He had 20 points, 14 rebounds, 11 assists. Last year, he was a snub. He was an all-star snub, okay? I wrote him down as the first ballot all-star. He's going to make it. Ben Simmons, Philadelphia 76ers, he's been great.
He has been putting up some good numbers. The Denver Nuggets, still number 1 in the West. And we're almost halfway through the season. Still number 1 in the West. And the question is, who's going to make the All-Star team from the Denver Nuggets? I mean, if the center better make it. What's his name?
Nikola Jokic.
Yes, Nikola Jokic better make it.
Jokic, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Jokic. I know I get the receivers all the time too, but the Denver Nuggets, 27 and 13, still the best team in the West over the Warriors right now. This late in the season, this Denver Nuggets team is real. Watch out for the Denver Nuggets.
No doubt.
What has surprised you?
Well, in the last couple of weeks, this team has beat the Toronto Raptors. They beat the Denver Nuggets that you just mentioned, and the Boston Celtics. The San Antonio Spurs are on the rise. Okay,
they are.
Recently, they had a nice stretch where they went 9-11, where they won 9 out of 11 games. Okay, and that's remarkable for a team that started 10-14 this season. Okay, they got off to a real slow start, but now they're catching some fire. DeMar DeRozan, he's leading the Spurs in points and assists per game. He's always going to be compared to Kawhi Leonard, which I don't think is fair right now. Kawhi Leonard, he had a nice squad around him. He had Ginobili, he had Tony Parker. The Spurs right now, they don't really have a true starting point guard. They got Brian Forbes as a starting point guard. He's filling in for DeJounte Murray, who's out for the season. He got injured. So the Spurs definitely need to make a move for a point guard. If not this season, they can holler at Kemba Walker in the offseason. But maybe try to make a trade this year. I don't think they're going to be contenders, but they have been surprising because they got off to that very slow start. Now they're catching fire.
My surprising is, well, I can't say that I'm surprised. I'm just surprised how fast it happened. The reports coming out of Philly that Jimmy Butler's already calling out the coach and questioning his offensive role. I don't know how true it is, but he just got there. And this is already going on, and there's been reports that Philly don't know if they want to keep Butler after this offseason, and Jimmy Butler's going to take free agent meetings with other teams next year. So that's very surprising. Now, it's not surprising that he did it because this is what he does. He did it in Chicago. He did it in Minnesota. But the trade just happened about a couple months ago, about a month or two, and he's already in this conflict with the coach. So even though Philly's playing good basketball right now, they have been winning games. But it's just surprising that came out already. And you're winning games.
He's in City of Brotherly Love and snapping up on his brothers, his teammates. So.
Yeah, you're winning games. This is like, does he not like playing with young? I don't know what it is. So I don't know how true it is. But if this is true, it's like, wow, this dude's something else.
Yeah, the coach, he tried to downplay it.
Of course he's gonna do it. Of course he is.
So
of course he is.
Yeah.
You know, but some players leak that information. So on that team, so it's some facility to it. We don't know how true, how forceful it was, but. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. What is awful?
Well, Nikola Vucevic, okay, for breaking his New Year's resolution, okay, to not get dunked on anymore. We saw that my man Lauri Markkanen, a few days before Christmas, he took off on Nikola Vucevic, dunked on him pretty nasty, but this is 2019, new year, new me. No more getting dunked on. But De'Aaron Fox, he went in, he glided on fast break, dunked on him with the left hand, and he gave Nikola Vucevic some advice. He said, don't jump, okay? So maybe if he don't jump anymore, he won't get dunked on. But Vucevic, you know what? Here's my advice. Foul him, man. Just foul him real hard, man. Look at some tapes of the 90s Knicks and the 80s Pistons. And look at some vintage NBA back in the day classic games and see what you need to do when somebody trying to dunk on you.
Well, this is the NBA. You're going to get dunked on. It's just what it is. It's just part of being a basketball, part of being a big man. You're going to get dunked on a few times. So, and that was not a good New Year's resolution if he made that New Year's. That's impossible, okay? You got all these high flyers, but you're going to get dunked on. It's just what it is. off of Tibbs being fired. Being fired by the Minnesota Timberwolves after this is third year. Got them to the playoffs last year. First time they've been in the playoff in a lot of years. Had the debacle with maybe this is what we'll probably get it from the Jimmy Butler episode, because they gave up a lot of young talent. They gave up Chris Dunn, Zach LaVine, and Lauri Markkanen for Jimmy Butler, and for Jimmy Butler not to be on the team now, maybe that has something to do with it. But then the more awful part is they're talking about replacing him with Fred Hoiberg.
That's gotta be a joke, man.
And I'm like, are the Timberwolves really trying to be like the Bulls right now? Like, what is...
Wow.
So I don't know how that's according to reports. So if that's going on, that is awful.
Well, he used to play with the Timberwolves, Fred Hoiberg.
Yeah,
he was in their front office.
Yeah.
But still, you saw what he did with the Bulls. Absolutely nothing. So
so that's awful. Tibbs probably gonna take a break, and we'll see if he get a job. But yeah, that's just but if they're gonna, I get firing Tibbs. I understand this is a business. You got to win. It's about wins and losses. But to go fire, think about this: if Tibbs in two places gets replaced by Hoiberg, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, the Bulls, we said that was a mistake when the Bulls replaced him with Fred Hoiberg.
Yeah.
From the get-go, we're going to fire Tibbs, replace him with somebody.
Well, I guess they're going to follow suit. They're going to let Hoiberg come in there and stink the joint up, and then they're going to fire him and hire an assistant coach. I don't know. We'll see.
Hire John Paxson.
Yeah, get him out of Chicago.
Carl Foreman, take him home.
You've been watching Spectator Sporting on SpectatorSporting.com. This was episode number 32, the Irvin Magic Johnson edition. Make sure you go to SpectatorSporting.com, click on the video, subscribe to the YouTube page, Spectator Sport. Also, my man has wrote some great articles on SpectatorSporting.com. Go ahead and check it out. When we come back next week, we're going to probably be previewing the AFC and NFC Championship game and much, much more. But until then, in the meantime, in between time, I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Monty Waller.
And we out.